Okay, so this is going to be our second year of showing Michelle's garden. So there's going to be a few changes. I think we have a little more things grown and abandonment of things that didn't work. So we'll start with my planter that I built. It's bare. What's going on here?
I'm gonna use it for fall planting. It works better in the fall.
That's because it's underneath this big tree. So it's
You have to have a place to put your fall because you put your fall in August, so you need a place for it. And everything else is still gonna be here in August.
so okay, so all that work, but it'll wait till fall. It had a good harvest of lettuce though, didn't it?
Yeah, it'll be lettuce
Okay,
again.
so that's the fall thing. And then we have this planter, and this is one of my favorite planters. We we keep it for our shrubs and flowers, but you put some produce in it as well. So
The
what was
lemongrass finally got a home.
so it was just a pot before, wasn't it?
Yeah, I actually planted it that very day. I thought it was going to take longer to
So
dig in
this
the
is the
fall,
same
but it
one that
did.
was a year ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, it was on the table a year
have we
ago.
eaten anything from that?
No, it's no. I'm
So,
waiting for the kaffir limes to grow.
and there's a whole plan of our dinner that's based on that.
Well, it's tentative.
Okay, all right. So I won't hold my breath. Okay, and then what's this over here? We got
Lavender and rosemary that were on the
lavender
table last year that
and
have
rosemary.
still yet to come out of their pot.
And lavender is for soap and tea, I guess, is what I'm supposed to remember.
Yeah, we probably won't be using it. It's just for looks.
Okay, so it's just for looks. Well, it's not really that pretty.
Well, it's been in the pot for about a year too long.
So it needed a
It
home.
needs a home.
Rosemary's really pretty, though. I think
Yeah.
that's almost an
One of them, I
ornamental.
had three, and one of them did find a home in the barrel.
Yeah.
But so it's gonna be fine. It just
And
needs
is there
to
anything else
be
here
planted.
that's
The kaffir limes, they're a lot bigger than they were last year.
all right?
That one was tiny, tiny, tiny.
So
In
again,
fact, this
limes are
one was that
trees.
size.
So
Yeah,
when
they're
are they going to
growing.
be harvested?
They're
Like,
really this type of tree is really slow growing.
so maybe 10 years from now we're going to get something from those?
Who knows?
All right. So we're doing pretty well here. We've got a couple things that are growing, but no real produce yet.
Well, this is a sage plant that accidentally had a seed in my cilantro. So when all the cilantro
There's
go in,
no
yeah, the cilantro died, and then I got a
Oh, it's against the edge here.
yeah,
Okay.
got a surprise plant. And these are this first
This one.
yeah, this one, the the bay laurel, it was only one leaf last year. If you saw in the video, it had one leaf on it, and
So
it's
a
gotten
bay
this
leaf is
big.
kind of a big deal because you'd make me go buy that
Yeah,
as a
they
fresh herb.
actually are so much better fresh,
Yeah.
and that one's gotten at least twice as big as it
This
was
one is
last
also
year.
bay leaves, yeah.
Yeah, both of these.
So that's more than we'll ever need.
Yeah, well, they get quite big, so
So
we'll be set.
we'll be giving them away. Okay. And then we have our ravine again. And they look a lot bigger than last year, but I don't
Well, it's
see
not the
the
same plants as
squash.
it was last year. There were squash last year. This year
Oh, okay.
is I have three cherries and I have some chard and some spinach, which you really can't see. And then
Okay,
we have
so three
asparagus fern,
cherries. I think
which
I
is
see a cherry there. And then the chard are these things with the reddish
yeah.
bases.
And behind that, the little plants, there's some spinach.
I don't really see those. But
Yeah,
okay,
that's okay.
I'll trust you.
They're little.
And then this is just a fern, isn't it?
Yeah, it's asparagus fern. We used to have asparagus ferns here, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
died. So I decided to come back. So let it
Uh,
be.
yeah, I always, well, I
But they're
know
very
that
pretty.
I love to have things more ornamental, so I probably pressured you into that.
No, it grew. I let it grow.
Okay. And
And
then, I love these blue flowers. I
yeah,
know it's not,
plumbago.
oh, they're so pretty on their
I
slope.
know they're
And the way it's
that was
just
a
taken
funny.
over, I hate seeing our neighbor's house, and I love the fact that we're hiding it more.
That plumbago was funny. I had put them there because we had some that died, and I couldn't find a good place for them. So I put
Just the
the
way they pop
pots.
out of
I
the,
put the
the
pots there, And I'm like, after a couple years, it's like getting really big. I'm like, well, this is great. I mean, obviously, it loves it there. So I go there. I can't. They're in the ground.
Oh,
So I
really?
had to cut the pot out around it, and then I took some logs and I built it up, and I built the dirt into it. Because-
That was really good though. I
so I
think
had
I've
to
seen
bury
people do
it.
that with trees too.
Oh yeah,
They let it go too long and it goes right through the
yeah,
bottom.
it did.
And barrels even. Sometimes people have barrels with an open bottom for that very reason, don't they?
I was thinking about the barrels, but a real barrel, I think might fall apart if you cut the whole bottom out of it
Yeah, maybe.
because
I
it's
think
built
though
on
I've seen
tension.
that somewhere. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
true.
well, the terracotta pots and stuff they do.
Yeah, okay. And then this is going back to your garden.
Yeah, that's pineapple sage. I really don't. It's an herb, but people use it more for tea. It's not like a regular sage. It has some beautiful red flowers that come out, but it's not the season for them right now.
So sage is another one of those herbs that I would normally buy, but
Yeah,
because
but
it's
not this one.
pineapple,
This one, it's not. It doesn't taste the same as regular sage. You can use it, but I probably won't.
so why do we? It's just because you thought it was prettier.
Yeah. Well, they say it smells really good, but I don't get it. But
It's
it
on our hill
grows.
a mile from
There
us.
are only three little tiny plants
Maybe if we
last
ran over there
in
and
the
crushed it
fall.
all the
I put them
time.
in the fall. Three little plants, and now look at it. It hasn't even been a year. So
It actually is a
obviously,
really nice plant.
yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
the red
ornamental.
flowers are gorgeous on it.
If that's only
Beautiful.
a year, is
Yeah.
that a year's worth of growth?
Yeah, but there were other
Wow.
things in it like Thai basil and stuff, and the only thing that survived really was
Yeah, there's something
the
small and green
yeah, that
popping out of
one's
the.
Italian oregano, and then right next to it, you can't really tell,
Yeah.
but there's a Thai basil that's still alive, but it's not doing well. So
So
we'll see.
adding these barrels on the hill, and we got another one over here. I really liked the way they just become little planter areas.
The soil is terrible here. It's basically DG is what
Yeah.
it is, and things do not like
Yeah.
being in it.
So decomposed
And
granite.
down here is peppermint
Oh, that little bush on
at
the base. Yeah.
and
So
uh,
again with the herbs, and peppermint
yeah.
is, I think I might have seen that before used. Have you used it?
Brandon likes it in Thai food. He likes using peppermint versus sweet mint.
And can't you also do that in like a tea again?
Yeah, sure.
Do you
Make
have you ever?
toothpaste.
Yum. that'll.
Mix it with charcoal. Yum yum yum.
Okay, I guess I'm wrong. All right. So let's see. You got those two big things on the hill, and I don't know why. I mean, it's just so dangerous for you to go up there, and
Well,
that's
I
what
don't
caused
have
you to
go up
fall
there
and
yet.
break our glass tabletop
No, it
a
was
few
over
years
there.
back. Well, okay, but still going up the hill.
Yeah. So those are zucchini, the ones you can actually see. On the other side is yellow zucchini.
Okay.
And in the middle, I have.
And can we see zucchini? Oh yeah,
Those are the
ye-
flowers. I don't have any zucchini on it yet.
They
I
look
actually
really
planted
long,
them
though.
just like 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. They're not very old.
You planted them from what?
Seeds.
That's a 3-week seed.
Or no, it's probably more like 4 or 5 weeks maybe.
Okay. Well, yeah, they're going
And
great
then
then. I mean, obviously, you're like a sunflower. You're just chasing the sun. So because it's all hidden over here, you plant it up on the top of the hill where
Yeah,
it's sunnier.
it gets the most sun there. And the green pot that's all the way in the back, that's a Texas bird chili. It's my
Okay,
really my
so
only
way
hot
over here on the
chili.
side.
Yeah, only have 2 hot chilies. That's one of them.
Now, everything is chilies though, or peppers, or
The peppers are sweet.
what's the difference between a chili and a pepper?
Well, technically,
kinda
a
look the
chili
same.
is hot and a pepper is sweet, but people call them all chilies, and then other people call them all peppers. So it's really you.
So
you
we
don't
can
have-
do-
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
So I'm gonna say they're all peppers.
That's fine. That's
All right.
easier.
So I think we don't have what these two potted ones are called yet.
The closest ones, they're 2 tomatoes. I'm just trying to find out.
Are there tomatoes on them?
There are. You just can't see them.
And would you ever go up the hill to harvest them?
Well, I went up the hill to see that they had tomatoes on them. No, I had
I
to go
guess,
up
yeah,
to
I
plant.
guess you
I
have to
planted
water them too,
okra
huh?
in this one on the right, the box on the right,
What's the box on the right?
the box planter on the
Oh,
right.
wait, oh, on the other side
Yeah,
of
you
the
can't see them,
tomatoes?
but they're really small because I planted them just a couple weeks. Now that one was a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
but the raccoons dug up half of them, so it's.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know they're terrible.
And that's what the
Yeah,
splattered
all
dirt is over
this
here as
and
well.
all the
And that
all
splattered
the
dirt.
peppers that look like they're all dying. Those are and there's
Uh,
missing peppers over here because they
and
dug them up.
and what do you think of the raccoons after they do
Oh,
that?
they're lovely.
I just enjoy feeding them so
I actually
much.
think they're so cute, but I really wish they'd stop digging my garden up.
And think of how great you're helping the wildlife here. Okay, in our
That's a
urban neighborhood. Okay, what's this here?
there's some rosemary, some Mexican oregano, and a couple onions, which I think are flowered now
You,
because they're from last year.
you know what's weird is how they
But
are flowering. I
but the
mean, we got
rest,
purple and yellow
yeah, the
flowers.
purple is bee balm, and
Yeah.
then the one that looks all dried up, it does not like the summer. It's calendula, and then I have some chamomile in there too, and they're kind
Yeah.
of suffering.
Okay.
And then down
And
here,
so
the one that's really spread out
so
on the
they're kind
bottom,
of ornamental then.
yeah, they're for the bees.
It's for, okay.
You can use them though for
I've
tea
never
and
heard of
stuff.
calendula
They're
other
all,
than in
yeah, you use it
mythology.
for
Am I
that's
mistaken?
not calendula.
Oh. Oh well, I won't try and figure out what I was thinking of.
The ones that are kind of scattered, that I had planted one borage on the bottom, and it had gotten huge, and I tore it out. But now all the seeds have grown.
Where are
And
you talking about?
the little blue flowers on the
Oh,
ground?
okay.
All there. There's some here. There's some here. There's
Yeah.
one down here. They're all over the place, but I think it's kind of cool. The
Oh,
bees
so
love 'em.
you're just using you just
I just let them go, let them wherever they let
now
'em go.
last year we had nothing up there. We saw
No.
no green up there at all. And now we got it nice and full, and we got, I mean, just everything is really getting nice and
And then
full.
my peppers, show my
Which
peppers.
pleases me because I want to hide our neighbors from our view.
I got my peppers up there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
you
so we
need to
got
go
a
up
top
there.
row. Well, what about your peppers? Well, tell me before I walk away from you so they can hear
The
about them.
first one is sheep nose
I'll try and remember it and repeat it. Sheep
uh,
nose pepper.
pimento.
Sheep nose pimento. 3 words.
Yeah, the next one is a Jimmy Nardello.
I'm not going to remember this.
And
I'll
the other
walk
two
up.
shahito. Well, they heard me say it.
Okay.
That's a sheep nose pimento.
Wow. And God, they're giant, honey.
That's as big as they really get.
So they're going to change color now? What do we do with them? Do we make fajitas with them or?
Well, you can make pimento cheese. You can put them in olives, but they also is just a sweet pepper.
So I can use them as like a bell pepper
Yeah,
instead? Because they feel really heavy actually.
yeah.
They're not as hollow as maybe a bell.
It doesn't matter. They're sweet.
Okay.
And the next one's.
So I
all
just
these are
scraped the
sweet,
insides out.
except for a couple.
Now these are giant monster.
Yeah.
Um,
These two plants are my only regular
So
size.
I would have to call those chilies though. I know you want to call them peppers,
Well,
or I
they're
said
sweet.
I would.
And the
'Cause-
next two are shahitos, which they look really small. They're supposed to get big.
Did
so
you
I
say
don't know.
pepito like?
Shahitos.
Shahito.
Am I right? Shahito.
I want to call them pepito because they're tiny.
No, it's shahito.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but I'm closer
Then I am.
than you are.
And this thing is kind of got nice and full.
Yeah, I should have cut it down more. It's I planted that last year. It's my
We
only
go-
banana pepper plant.
We go through so many of those banana peppers. We go through like a bottle every other week. So that might last a few days.
No, I won't even make anything.
No, you actually have like maybe half
Yeah,
a dozen.
But what is that? One sandwich?
Well, maybe 2. Now, do you have to pickle them to make them
Yeah.
taste the same?
Yeah.
Okay. So you.
It's not enough to pickle.
Oh, that's too bad.
And
Well,
then we
we'll
have
to do.
a regular jalapeno, and then they're not jalapenos, which are the jalapenos that don't have spice.
Well, not a pinos means there's no pinos on them.
It's not a hot.
Not a, okay.
And
Oh,
this one right
pinula
here
means
is-
hot?
No, nada means not. No, I was just being funny. It's not a hot.
Okay, well, that's how you know that they're not a
And then this one is actually
whatever, I can't remember.
pimento. I thought it was a jalapeno because they were so hot,
These things are big.
but obviously that size in the back, the one in the back is definitely the shape of a pimento.
It's
not
as
a
big
jalapeno.
as, yeah, it's huge. I can't compare that to what that might be, but
It's
maybe 3 or 4 fingers.
also looks like it might have spider mites. That's not good.
Oh no. And then there's something with the little white flower.
Yeah, those are not jalapenos.
Not opinions. Okay. They're not hot.
And these down here are bell peppers. Except for that, that's a small cherry tomato, and there's a eggplant, which
Okay.
is a green Japanese eggplant. They
So
won't
this
go
is
purple.
huge. And where's the eggplant?
Well, those don't get enough light, so I'm not sure.
The flowers become eggplants, right?
Yeah, inside the flower.
Okay. So, and then how far are they into their growing season? Maybe they will have a chance still.
They're not that. Nothing is that old. I waited longer this year because I felt like everything was stunted last year.
So it could still develop an eggplant.
Well, it will, but it just takes time.
Okay. And you said these are what again?
Bell peppers.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a white one.
So there's
It
a
looks like it's
green
white.
one and a white and a, I guess it's going to be a white one. It's
Yeah,
yellowish.
the green
But...
ones you don't really know until they start turning.
So this is a
color.
bell pepper then. It's going to get
Yeah.
bigger than,
Well, it's supposed to, but this.
what's
isn't
that other one
white.
that was the 3 words?
Sheep nose pimento.
Okay, sheep nose pimento versus,
That one gets
bell.
enough light though.
yeah. See, everything's chasing our sun and it's up there, but it's what keeps us from dying in the summer here in California.
Yeah.
We need shade. So if we just made it all open for the produce, we would be,
You would not be happy.
we would not be happy. Okay, so there's a lot of, I'm gonna call them
Yeah, those are
chilies again.
Those are kibachi.
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 So that's Japanese
Or
word.
Kobashi.
I-
I'm not sure.
Okay, but it's like
It's
a sweet.
a lot like
a
the Jimmy
sweet
Nardellas. And
chili
these are
pepper.
really small, so I'm thinking they don't not getting as much light.
So
as
you
those
grew
are
a lot
getting.
of different peppers here.
Yeah, I want to see what grows the best and what tastes the best. And
Now
then I'll
we
stick
we
with those.
eat a lot of peppers, but
Last
I-
year we hardly got any. I really just let them go.
I do stir fries all the time.
Well, the
And
jalapenos.
Mexican stir fries. We're in California, so we always have fajitas and great tortillas out here. So I mean, you just have to make them. So I'm always upset that I don't have a bell pepper. So I can either I'm gonna try sheep's something pimento,
Sheep nose.
sheep nose. All right. So I couldn't remember that far. All right, we're done with the peppers. Let's look at our tomatoes.
The ones next to the wood are indeterminates.
What wood?
The wood frame you brought.
Oh, okay. So aren't they all next to this wood?
No, there's 2 layers.
Oh, okay. I don't know one layer from the other. They're kind of
You don't need to know.
intermingled. So this one that's more pumpkin-y shape is what?
That's a beefsteak.
So that's going to be those monster beefsteaks that
Well.
nobody likes.
If it got enough light.
Don't
it
they
would.
say beefsteaks are terrible tasting?
No.
I thought everybody wants to have the smaller tomatoes.
Be
All
careful
right.
you don't bump into that.
Oops. Okay. So, and this thing's getting a little bit of
There's
damage.
actually some worms, but I need to come out at night with a black light and try to find them.
Look at that. They're staying away from your tomato. Why do they stay away from tomato and eat the leaves?
Well, because that one's not affected. It's the one next to it.
Do they actually not like tomatoes until they're ripe?
No, I actually had to pull like 6.
Oh,
of them
there's a
off.
hole in one of the tomatoes.
Yeah, that one is really bad. They like certain tomatoes or certain plants are weaker than others, so they kind of attack that one first.
Wow. I hope we get to eat these
I do
monsters.
too.
They're
I'm thinking of
beautiful.
putting
What are
a
these called?
cage
Because
around
those
them.
were the beefsteaks. What were these?
Those are red snappers. Those work really well. Those are determinate. They'll
Now
give
you
me-
like the taste of red snapper better too,
Yes.
don't you?
Oh, they're delicious
So why are we growing beefsteaks?
because they're the ultimate tomato.
Okay, because you want to see a monster tomato. All right, and then we got these long tomatoes. Why are
Those are
they
San Marzano. Those are paste tomatoes. They are elongated, smaller
paste?
tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
They
So
get
they're
to
more
be like three or
concentrated.
4 inches long.
They have a more concentrated
They have
tomato
less
flavor.
pulp and more flesh, which make it good to make
I thought you would
paste.
want more.
No, because you don't want your sauce watery with lots of seeds. It has less seeds and less pulp.
Shall we go down to the? Everything over is overflowing. Do you notice that, dear? You, your planters end up in pots.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, you always need a little bit more than you have, so that we got 3 pots that didn't make it into the
Well,
planters.
at this point, we got to this point, I'm realizing that the plants I have in pots are doing a lot better than the plants I have in the ground. So that's why
Alright.
they start getting into pots.
They're actually small though, but these are
Oh, those are
herbs,
no,
uh,
they're
tomatoes.
that one's a tomato that's not going to do anything.
This is a tomato. This one.
That one's a tomato, a cherry tomato. It was suffering, and I don't
This
think.
probably needs to get more sun.
But these two are peppers. They're the I can't think of what they're called, but they're those little. I don't know, but they're the non-hot version of the hot pepper. So even though no, even it's hotter than that. Even
Ooh.
though it doesn't have heat, it still grows really slow like a hot.
I don't know what's hotter than jalapeno.
Oh, it's just little orange ones that are wrinkly, that taste really good.
I don't like
Starts with a
things that
H.
hot.
Oh, they're really good. Habanados. That's a habanero, but it's a
Yeah, like the
habanada.
sun. Okay.
But they still grow slow.
Okay, and we got a cherry tomato here that's white.
Oh no, they turn orange. Those are just unripe.
They
Tomatoes.
turn orange or red.
Orange. See the little orange one in there? There's one ripe.
So these are different than cherry
They're
red.
cherry tomatoes. They're just
Cherry yellow tomatoes.
orange.
Orange. Okay. So we will enjoy those soon. All right, and I think we are done with our produce over on this side, except I think
Yeah.
you've recently planted this because it's got a tag.
But actually, the tag isn't what's next to it. Those are the plants that we're going to put in our stumps that you never got around to.
We just keep bringing those things up. They're just, see, I have this one, where is it? Half drilled, and I was gonna empty them out so they'd be a planter, but the only one that got it is way over there because it was smaller, but these huge ones
Well,
that
it's
are
also
like
the
15 inches around or even bigger for further back ones.
Well, that was a different tree. The wood's not as hard as
Yeah,
the
thank you, dear.
other trees.
That's exactly what I said. That was really hard wood. All right, let's move
It
on.
was hard.
All right, and then let's see. So our trees are getting bigger. We got our fence that is looking still nice and bright. I thought it would have yellowed by now, but redwood is just so much better than cedar. It just stays so pretty. So getting back to you though, hun. What do we got going on here? We got more tomatoes. Tomatoes. And are these are nice and round too. So are these ones that we already looked at?
Did you look at the tag?
It says red snapper.
Yeah, those are the smooth tomatoes.
Okay. And then
Eggplant.
eggplant. I should remember things from 2 seconds ago. And this says golden oregano.
Yeah, and mint is
And mint.
Sweet mint.
What can I do with mint? Can I take a leaf?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I crush it and I'm minty.
Yes, you can do it.
Oh my god. That smells so good. We got to be able to do something with that.
Eat it.
I don't know if I want to eat it. It's kind of
Take a look, just a little
it's
bit.
kind of rough. I remember eating licorice as a kid. I don't think I really like this, dear. It tastes like a leaf. Maybe if I just chewed it and spit it out, it'd be like tobacco. Yeah, I do have a really minty flavor in my mouth now. So maybe you're right, toothpaste, but I don't know about eating the leaf. Okay, that was something
Sure
I'm not going to
smells
do
good.
again. Yeah, my fingers smell like mint. I like that. That's really pretty. Okay, well, let's move on. So we got things that are all these things are in your bags. Last year you had none of this. Everything was
And
in
you said I
those.
had so many plants. Maybe you didn't see the half of it.
I think you just like buying bags.
Things
And
grow
they,
really
oh
well
my
in them.
God, they're huge. Everything is so huge in your bags. Okay, but all right. So we had all of those. So these huge things. What are they?
This one down here, that's my other hot pepper. It's a fish pepper.
Okay, and I think it's got something on
Yeah,
it. It's
it
like
needs.
black.
Yeah, it's anything any pepper that grows close to the ground, it usually gets bug damage.
Oh, so it's damaged. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna taste that, dear.
no, no, I wouldn't. No, I don't like to. I don't like things that are hot for the sake of being hot, and that's what a fish pepper is. It's just hot for the sake of being hot. It really has no flavor, and there's no
And you
use in
don't
it.
want to sabotage me like you did with the mint.
I didn't know. I've never tasted mint by itself.
So you made me be your
Why
experiment.
not? Why not? And these are potatoes. They're going to be
Oh my God.
harvested soon.
It reminds me of what I told someone to do once. I told them to stick a finger in a sea anemone, and they said that did not feel good. All right.
And this is a Napa Chardonnay cherry tomato, and they're starting to ripen up at the bottom.
All right.
Getting a couple.
Yeah, look at that. You got like so many tomatoes.
I
And
know. I'm hoping I can actually can something or make something this year.
all right, so this seems to be tomatoes on top and strawberries on bottom. And this is, what are these things called? It rotates and all that.
Green stock.
Green stock. And that's because you watch so many videos and everybody on YouTube has a green stock.
They work out well, except for I bought bare root strawberries, and every single one of them died. So, oh, here's a dark one.
Ooh, dark one. Okay. So that means that it's edible because it's dark.
Yeah, they're usually sweeter when they're
And you're
dark.
going to tell me to eat it, right? Okay. So we just had the 4th of July, and I actually defrosted strawberries for making funnel cakes, and everybody loved
From the
them.
freezer.
But they were frozen ones for our margaritas, and now my margaritas have no strawberries. So I wish I had fresh ones. Okay, so I'll taste this. That is really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's the almost ruined, as Sweet Home Alabama says, it's the almost ruined ones that make the sweetest jam.
yeah, I think I might eat more. Is that one not red enough?
That one's gonna be That one's gonna be sour.
Okay, so
That one's closer, but it might still be a little sour.
Ooh, that one looks
It's
really
beautiful.
pretty.
That's what you get in the grocery store.
Well,
I
I'll
don't
eat
think
that
it's
one
very
off
hard.
camera since they already heard me eat one. So let's pick out one of these tomatoes. I'll eat one of those too. Any bright yellow one?
Oranges. The more orange you get, the better it is.
So the darker.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Over here, there's some orange ones, but they're kind of tiny.
That's okay. It shouldn't get as big.
And what are these again?
They're orange hat cherry tomatoes.
And you don't get sick from eating them without washing them, do you?
There's no pesticides or anything on them. That's what you have to worry about.
What about dirt?
Dirt's dirt.
All right, I'll just wipe them. Okay.
That's what's good about the green stock is your produce stays pretty clean.
That was a really good tomato. It has more flesh to it, but it's really flavorful. So it's kind of like eating wheat bread versus white bread.
That's not a compliment.
Well, eating white bread would be the cherry tomato. Move on, okay. No, I like wheat bread.
Oh, here's the orange one. Oh, it looks like it got bug damage. I'm gonna leave that one.
Okay, let's move on.
Now these tomatoes were other tomato plants that were also abused and on the table too long, but they looked like the healthier of the sort. And they already had tomatoes growing, so I planted them. But that one's a paste tomato, but there's actually one that's ripening down there. It's another paste tomato.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that one's rounder, though. I thought they were going to be long.
Well, it depends on what it is. They're not all the same tomato.
But this was your plan to use these for your paste.
Yeah,
So you're going to can some stuff.
that's the plan, man.
Or bottle, I guess. Which would it be, canning or bottling?
Canning.
Canning, okay. And then what is going on here? This is another tomatoes that are
Yeah, I think that's
heirloom, maybe?
another red snapper.
red snapper.
This is Barry's Crazy Cherry, and it has like tons. You get tons of them on there, but it's been so hot that a lot of the
And I think your stick is not doing
no,
its
it's
job.
too heavy for my stick.
Maybe if you tied it to
Yeah, I plan on doing something else.
tied the stick to the beam.
But this one is doing really well. There's one down here, two there.
And this was,
That's another red snapper.
I was going to try and remember sheep's head pimento, but I would have been wrong.
And a pepper, not a tomato.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're done.
Okay, well, there we go. And that's our beautiful garden tour from 2022. And I
Beautiful
guess,
right now.
yeah, it is really pretty. And I think the takeaway is these bags work killer. And this green stalk thing was pretty awesome that she picked up from last year. And maybe having the long planters that are narrow tend to not get used very much.
No, remember it was full of water. I have to replace the soil.
Okay.
I don't have enough soil to replace.
And then we have a brand new jacuzzi, by the way, that I built some steps and made that work a little better. And that was rather interesting because the delivery went to the front of the house, but we gave him a tip to bring it halfway here. And then I used those regular round sliders and taped a bunch into a stack and put them on. And then I just slid them on sliders while it was on its side. And then we flopped it down. So it seemed like everything worked out really well. So that was kind of a nice little trick. And I think we're back in our front yard. And so this has been John Hillbrands,
Michelle Hillbrands.
and I hope you liked our garden video, and you guys have a pleasant day, and give this a thumbs up if it's helpful, and if it's not, don't tell us. Bye.